What up, though? Man, listen, right? Uh, I was on live yesterday, right? And I kept hearing about people kept saying, brother polite, brother polite. At first, I thought when I first seen it, I didn't know what they was talking. I kind of laughed it off. Then I seen it again and again and again. I'm like, damn, who is this? This dude, brother polite, like, right? So just now I get up. I got up pretty early today. I looked this guy up, right? And I'm like, oh my God, man, listen to me, man. So he must have a following, some type of following, like a cult like following, I heard, right? And kind of find out he a sick man. You know what I'm saying? He got with this chick. He was with her for 2.5 years. They trusted him, loved him. And I guess he couldn't hold it in no more. He took the lady daughter with him one time. Took the lady daughter with him, drugged her, gave her alcohol, and sexually assaulted her and beat her physically. How did he get? See, I gotta chill out on the cussing, right? Just because, like, um, especially on here on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I gotta calm it all down, and a lot of people, kids want to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I got like my little niece, they want to listen to me, and older people and people who just of religion, they like what I'm saying, but I cuss a lot, right? So I'm gonna try my best, especially on something like this. It's hard to hold back. You know what I'm saying? My real feelings about this, because there's some sick people out here, and it be the people in power, man. See, a smiling face is something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Steve Harvey. Look at all these smiling faces out here that turn out to be. Look at our president, Biden. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bought into that. And in this, and I know I'm going off subject, but people will make you. A smiling face is a bad motherfucker. Fuck it. I just said all that. It's because a smiling face can hide a lot of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the president. I'm gonna go to the president, Biden. He had the crime bill, all that shit, right? That he did. A lot of black people got a lot of time because of Biden. But just that quick, we tend to forget about it. See how the media do? Listen, they didn't want Trump to have it so bad that they damn near made you forget about the shit that Biden did. Now listen to me. Now they calling Trump a racist, he this, he racist, he this, he this, he that. But the real racist is the one that won the presidency. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the media has a lot to do with this. I'm telling you, man, it's something else. And then Trump all along, he might talk crazy and act crazy. Shit, but look how he ran you know what I'm saying? So you see how they did that? It's the same thing with this dude, man. Same thing like with Steve Harvey, man. Steve Harvey smile. He's supposed to be the face of black people. He's supposed to be he talk all this woman this and how to treat a woman and write all these books and do all these movies. And this motherfucker done left his wife for Mrs. Heroin. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he ain't I'm not gonna leave my kids nothing. I'm not gonna leave them in my will. But yet you giving this lady kids the best life they possibly can have. When you left your two wives, you left one for the other one for this one. And it's probably the worst woman you could have got with. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when you met her, she ain't have probably a dime in her fucking pocket. Right? Hit a lick on Steve. And there it is. Like I say, he left his kids. They got him abusing his kids, physically abusing his kids, and probably verbally, both abusing his kids. You don't hear him talk about his kids, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got this woman kids and everything. That's all you talk about is her and her kids and this and this and this. it gotta be a slap in the face to his kids, you know what I'm saying? But then you see this nigga with them big ass teeth in his mouth smiling like he's just the best guy in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at him. He think that he's just that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you you would think like, I mean, you get where I'm going with it, man. You know, so a motherfucker that my uncle always told me this, a motherfucker that smile too much, you can't trust him. Real talk. A quiet motherfucker and a motherfucker that smile too much, and don't get a motherfucker that's quiet and smile too much. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker that sit there smiling for no goddamn reason. Something ain't right with him. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's crazy, man. You know, but back to this guy, Brother Polight. So to everybody who was watching, you know, who was on my live yesterday, yeah, I seen this, man. And listen, man. It's a lot of sick people like that. Somehow, man, I'm telling you, these guys who smile good and talk real good get caught like followings. Something always be wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? This dude was sick. How he only got 7 years, man? Listen to me. This is what I'm be talking about, right? So they gave this guy 7 years and 10 years probation. Both sides is all bad because why do they give people 10 years fucking probation? This nigga should have got, you know what I'm saying? How do he get 7 years? Listen to me, y'all. This guy has the trust of the people. Whoever he is, they say he got a following out this world. The motherfucker rich, his crib out cold. So I don't know what he do. He's got some type of following. That's all I read up on so far. But once I heard the mother speak in court, I grabbed the phone, I cut that shit off, and I'm talking to y'all because it really it raised my blood pressure to even listen to this shit. And then for them to give this motherfucker 7 years, man. He took a girl, I don't know how she was, but she was definitely underage. She was definitely underage. Because they say a minor, a juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Look at his charges, like child abuse charges. So she had to have been damn near under 13 probably, I'm assuming. So look, you take her. First of all, you groomed her and you groomed her mother. You earn their trust. They thinking you this wonderful guy, young girl. She trusts you, probably look at you like a father figure, comfortable around you. You take the girl off, supposed to be having a talk with her. You give her some type of drugs and alcohol. Damn, they force it on her from what I hear. And whatever you did from there, you sexually assaulted her. You left your DNA on her. And she came home with a busted lip and bruises all over. And this guy gets 7 years. Like, this little girl will never be the same. But picture her mother. Okay, you don't understand? You don't understand this is a little girl, she been hurt. But sometimes God has a way of healing, especially kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids got to put something over her, and she probably never forget about it, but it can ease the pain. God will help her. I'm a true believer of that. But the mother, you know, believe it or not, the mother probably feels as worse than the daughter because she put her in that predicament. So you really got to watch the mother and the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Suicide is real. You know what I'm saying? The mother and the daughter, you got to watch because, you know, this is her daughter. You know what I'm saying? She let this shit happen to her. The pain and guilt of that is just unbelievable. And like I say, this guy gets 7 years. Now, I'm going to go into this because I preach this all the time, right? I'm a felon, right? More than one, right? But all my charges only been gun charges. You know what I'm saying? Because out here, the police harass you. Like I'm sitting here right now, they can just pull up. 40-something-year-old man, get out the car, search my car. I got insurance. I got good license. So why are you getting me out the car? They'll do it. Then they'll find a gun. Then they'll make up some lie after they done found the gun. And you know how it go. You got to plea out. Yada, yada, yada. You get caught Boosie right now. He fighting a bad motherfucker, right? They trying to get him 10, maybe 15 years for felon in possession of a firearm that he never used, right? Out of California. So a person in Florida right now, same laws pretty much, Florida, you go out to Florida, a motherfucker who been in some trouble before, get caught with a gun. Or if you haven't been caught, they trying to give you 2 years. You caught, they give for a gun you ain't even used, right? They want to give you 5, 10, 15 years for. I'm talking about get pulled over. This gun is only here to protect myself, and they can give me up to 15 years for this motherfucker, right? Didn't hurt nobody with it. It's my amendment right to carry it. And I can get 10, 15 years for this motherfucker. But here it is. A man takes a little girl, drugs her, give her alcohol, and sexually assault her and physically assault her. And he gets 7 years. Max, though. Max. His max is 7 years. It's not 7 to 30, 7 to 50. It's 7 years. That means he can be home in 2, probably. 3 years. He comes straight home. He got 10 years. He might get lucky and see the board right off bail. He might get there and shit, a year later, go see the board, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And they, okay, let him go. We full. You know what I'm saying? Dog, it's unfucking believable. And that's what I say all the time. But that's a whole nother subject. Let me just stick to this. Then I'm going to stop this shit and I'm going to do another on the gun control and the laws. This shit is really bothering me. It's hard to even talk about this, man, because Daniel, Daniel want to cry, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, this really bothers me, bro, because there's so many sick people out here. There's so many sick people out here, man. And then I think the justice system, man, is just, how did this man get 7 years? He pled out to 7 years, and you heard a kid, he black, though. See, the thing is, he's black. So let me start right there. He's black. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Little black girl, so what? 7 years probably. They ain't want to give him that much probably. But we got to make it look good. Give him 7 years. My cousin got 5 years for an ounce of cocaine. Did 5 flat. Not no 3, not did 5 years in prison for an ounce of cocaine. Powder. Not even crack. Nigga did 5 years. And here's a motherfucker that, listen, I know people that got 8 years for marijuana. Nigga get caught with a couple pounds of marijuana, and the max in Michigan was 8 years, long as you're not trafficking. You know what I'm saying? It was 8 fucking years a nigga did for marijuana, for weed. This nigga's in jail right now still for marijuana. They done did 20 years for trafficking marijuana, shit that's legal now. And you get this motherfucker 7 years for molesting a little baby. These laws are made up to fuck us over. I don't know if you know that. These laws are made up to fuck black people over. You know why they give so much time for dope and so much time for firearms that you didn't use, that you have a right to carry? Because all they know is mostly blacks that fuck with this shit. They know that they gonna catch way more blacks with crack cocaine and some type of illegal drugs than whites. They know that when you come to the hood, it's way more illegal guns here than anywhere. You go to any suburb, a person, first of all, they're not gonna violate your rights to search your car in the suburbs. They're not gonna violate your rights like they do here. Here, they violate your rights, get you out the car. They know that's strictly for black people. Them laws are strictly for us. Them high-ass numbers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get caught with an ounce of cocaine. He was really lucky to get 5. They was trying to give him 10. It was mandatory minimum. 10 to 20 years in prison for what is it, 50 grams and over? It was 50 grams and over. They gave him. He went under the guidelines and gave him 5. Some shit. But it's motherfuckers out here that got caught with an ounce or 2 ounces of dope shit that I can put in the palm of my hand. Drugs now. I can put 2 ounces in my hand like it ain't nothing. in my hand like this, and you tell me you gave people have done 10 to 20 years for that shit. And here it is, a person actually did physical harm that's never going to go away to a little innocent girl, and you give him 7 years, man. See, sometimes I believe that these prosecutors and these judges need to be locked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's Florida is the country. We forget Florida is down south. That's racist than a motherfucker. How you give 7 years, man? This shit is mind blowing. They gave this dude 7 years for molesting a little girl and physically doing harm to her. Oh man. Yeah, they need to start locking up. First of all, prosecutors, especially in them southern states, prosecutors back in the day, prosecutors and judges, and it's all over, even here, but I'm just saying back in the day, you know how racist down south was, but even here, Detroit, New York, you know, all this shit, Chicago, when that shit come across the prosecutor's desk, 9 times out of 10, they not turning it down. If it hit their desk, they gonna try to prosecute it. They not looking to see, was it a nigga? All they wanted to see, oh, is a nigga that this case is? Oh yeah, we prosecuting it. They ain't looking to say, okay, well look, you know, we ain't looking at the evidence. We ain't got no DNA. We ain't got none of this. We ain't got that. You know, we gonna drop this case. It's not enough. So we're not even gonna prosecute it. No, I don't give a fuck what it is. He can say, look, man, I was in Alabama when the goddamn crime happened, and this motherfucker in Detroit. They still gonna say, well, prove it. You know, you want to prove that shit to the jury. I'm prosecuting it. They don't care. They don't care. They out to win, man. Their whole thing is to see how many of us they can lock up and for how long. And so when these people start getting all this time for something they didn't do, and they look back at it like, what was the evidence? Because now it's no fair trial. How's a fair trial when I go out to the jury and it's all white people or people from the suburbs when I'm from the city? How is these my peers? I got to pick out through them. So it don't matter what. Listen to me. If your face hit that news, you guilty. The jury already tainted. You understand what I'm saying? So when they done seen you and they done said you did something, and you go in front of a jury trial and you pick these people, you guilty before it even started. They looking at the crime, they looking at you, they looking like shit. It don't matter. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this again. You know that black serial killer in Atlanta, they got a movie about him, a documentary about him, couple of them, but watch the last one. They don't have nothing on this man, and he doing life in prison. Even the kids' mothers are saying, this is not the dude that killed my daughter or my son, whatever he was killing. They know it. The evidence is, there's no DNA from him. There's nobody to really point him out and pick him out. He just in there. But you know how many people that's like that, that's in jail? It's unjust. And here is the opposite. Usually they give overtime. They sentence people to way too much time for the littlest shit. You know, people in there doing 20 years. Look how they gave white boy Rick 30 years for some cocaine when the law's been changed. And you know why they gave him 30 years? Come on, man. When they ever gave a white person that much time for anything besides murder? He was messing with niggas. It's the worst kind. You know what I'm saying? He was messing with black people. He was associating with black people. That's why. You know, he knew some high power people. They gave him 30 years for cocaine. 30 years. And you just gave 7 years to a person that just molested a kid, man. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. And it's unfair. Now, let that little girl had been of another nationality. Let's say like white, right? How many people think that this man would have got 7 years? Especially if he was black. Say if his girlfriend was white and she had a little white daughter. Do you think they would have, down South Florida, would have gave this black man 7 years? No, sir. And I'm not making it about race, but it is about race. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this up. I'm just telling you that this is how it go. Now, on to him. This guy, like I say, it's so many people out here like him, man. It's so many people that we look to that's messed up people. You know what I'm saying? And see, sometimes people don't believe that. Like a lot of people, they gonna go with that, oh, he been framed and he set up, the white man that set him up and this and this and this. I hear it already. No, sir. He was a sick person, my dog. You really gotta watch who you follow now. In these days and times. You gotta watch him. Because I promise you, something that this guy was doing, this ain't his first rodeo neither. He was sick. So this ain't his, so I won't be surprised if more people don't come out. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a sick dude. You know what I'm saying? These guys are sick, man. And then it's sad because it's happening to my people. Like everybody that we follow or look up to in our community, whether it be singers, actresses, you know what I'm saying, rappers, whatever, it's always something in a closet. It never can just be, you know, like we had Obama. This is mind-blowing to me. So we got Obama as president. People saying they been knew that. They been heard this. This is new to me. I heard the man say he gave Obama some, you know, before, but I'm thinking it's just somebody crazy talking, sweeping under the rug. No, this dude got in front of Congress or something, or whatever he was in front of, a lot of important people. He got up and signed the affidavit and said exactly what happened in front of all these people and took a lie detector test and passed the lie detector test. Right? So now you got Secret Service men and all that been saying this about Obama. Once again, a smiling face, right? You look at that. He talk well. He perfect, right? It's what you think. But look what they trying to say. His wife is, you know, a man. That this, you know, I don't know, man. This is unbelievably crazy. It's the people you trust the most, man. That smiling face will get you every time. It's dangerous, you know? And then this type of shit it's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust people, man. It's hard, man. It's hard. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. And it makes it hard on good guys, good men. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good, great men out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the devil. The devil, you know, they put the devil in these places to control the masses, man. That's why, you know, that's what they say about this Antichrist thing. You know? They were saying Obama was the Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's going to be a smiling face just like that. That's going to get us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that we trust, that we think is so great. But that takes me back to the Donald Trump thing. Everybody was talking about how racist he was and, oh, he talking this, he talking that. They didn't like him because he was being himself. He was being his true self. He wasn't sitting in front of acting perfect. That's what I loved about him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't sitting in front of nobody acting perfect. And then once he got in the White House and you see how he ran it, no wars at all. We ain't throwing away money on that. Matter of fact, pull these troops back. See, people forget that. You going off how a motherfucker act. And that gets you fucked over every time because the motherfuckers that act perfect, Obama, this got us in presidency now, Bill Clinton, all these was dirty people. Listen, man, when you look at all the stuff that they done did to black people, but we liked it, Bill Clinton. Why we like Bill Clinton? Oh, he say he smoked weed. He played jazz. He liked, you know, rappers and all that. That's a front, my dog. That was all a front. He was part of that crime bill shit too. That lock niggas up to right now is niggas still in jail because of the shit that they done. And Trump turned around and look how many black people he let it go. But he racist though. But look how many people right now on Say Cheese TV, on this TV, doing all these interviews that had damn near life in prison and he let go. And these guys done turned their life around because they never should have been in there that long anyway. These guys done came out and turned their life around and showing that they doing positive things. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So my point is not about the Trump shit. It's not none of that. It's about how we judge people. You know what I'm saying? How we judge people off the wrong shit. You know, a person that's sitting there acting too perfect, you got to do some digging. You got to do some homework on these people. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, this guy right here, this polite guy, whatever, he far from polite. Brother evil is what his name. Brother devil is what his name should be. You know what I'm saying? He gets slapped on the wrist 7 years for doing something that heinous. That should be a 20-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? 20 years, man. You know, and then I don't believe that behavior can be changed. I think when you sick like that, it's a mental problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that behavior can change, man. He hurt somebody else before. He just didn't pick this lady. Actually, he probably picked this lady for her daughter. The whole time, he went and got with the mama because he wanted the daughter. You don't know, man. These people are sick, man. They sick, brother. But like I say, you know, we just got to pray, man. And you got to watch your surroundings. And we got to start voting better and getting these laws out of here. They giving us too much time, man. And in some cases, not enough time. But I always say that, though. The people that deserve the most time ain't getting it. Like I always said this, man. I know this for another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the little girl and stuff. But listen, I always say this. A person right now go out and rob somebody and carjack them. Fuck around and get 7 years, right? We're going to say 7 years. We're going to give you, 7 years in prison. You done robbed, carjacked a person, took off with their baby in the car. You get caught, plead down to 7 years. I get caught with a few packs of heroin in my pocket. Give them 5 to 50. Get caught with a few ounces crack. Give them 20 years, 10, 15 years. I get caught with a firearm that I have a right, even though all this shit is wrong, but you know what I'm saying? But some of this stuff, listen, they bring the cocaine and shit to us. They put these guns out on the street. You are doing this. The biggest dope man that I ever heard of was Big Meats, right? Black. Never in history have they ever said nothing about Big Meats getting the boat, going to get the shit, bringing it here. He got it from here. You understand what I'm saying? So, how am I getting so much time for some shit that you let come through here? We know you know that it's here. It's proof from the Rick Ross situation. We know that you're bringing crack here to us. And I noticed that when I watch all y'all drug bust shows, cops and DEA and all that shit, you raid all up until it turn colors. Once the drug dealer turn colors, when he turn white, red, or some other color, y'all stop. Y'all stop at the black and brown. Real talk. Y'all will raid every black person, a tail all the way up the line till you get to the last black person. Then when it get to the Colombian or the white guys, y'all stop and y'all just keep going because it's job security. Why would you? Because listen, really, if you wanted the war on drugs, the President Reagan shit was the most. They already said it was fraudulent. It was a waste of money. It was just a total waste of fucking money. What you mean a war on drugs? If you wanted to stop some shit, y'all talking about something, they thought they had a nuclear bomb over in Iraq. They went and killed all these innocent people have died for nothing. Knowing there was not no nuclear bomb over there. You knew that. But if y'all really want, what's fucking with us? Why we always in somebody else's affairs, fighting somebody else's wars because somebody getting bullied, we go over there and help them. But you won't even help the niggas that's here, that's poor and starving. Y'all to go bomb a whole goddamn country and then pay billions and billions of dollars to fix it up. It's not making sense. Man, I was about to go somewhere with that. But yeah, y'all, United States just do a lot of stuff, man. It's that we in some troubled times. And we're in some troubled times, man. It's They need to stop giving this. It's all bad, like I say. But y'all, it's too much time in this stuff. And it's all pointed to us. It's either too much time or not enough. Like I was going, where I was going with it was that these hardened criminals, these guys that's out here, and then I'm a true believer that I don't believe that a person should have 1, 2, and 3 strikes. I don't believe that. You sentence a person for what he done then. You know what I'm saying? And once he finishes his time, it should be wiped clean. It should be wiped clean. I paid my debt to society. That's it. Now, if I do something again, okay, it's a new receipt. You send them accordingly. A person gonna get tired of, you don't take a person whole life. He gonna get tired of doing these twos and few. He gonna get tired of going to prison for 2, 5 years at a time. You know what I'm saying? That shit add up. Motherfucker get tired. You don't have to just send them away for forever, especially on some drug type stuff when you know you brung it here. It's no opportunity. You take all the resources to make money out here, then you put this shit in the community. It's just, man, the government that we live in, man. We live in a great country, but our government is really unbelievable. You know, so yeah, we definitely got to get out here and see, it need to be way more time for these violent crimes. This should be zero tolerance. When a person hurt a little girl like that and you're guilty, there's no cop to that. What do you mean? It's physical. We got DNA. We got the little girl's statement. These are facts. We know you done this. So how the fuck can you give him 7 years? This supposed to be a mandatory at least 15, 20 years, man. That's physical. You'll get somebody for some dope, some drugs. There's nothing. You giving a man 10 years for an ounce of dope or a kilo. What is that stopping? You giving this guy all this time for this dope, and what is it doing? What is it doing? How did it help society? Oh, this is why I was going with that shit. Listen, if the United States wanted to so bad to be on the war on drugs, we'd be over there in Mexico right now. We'll send our military over in Mexico and burn down all them poppy fields and all this shit and go get these, you know what I'm saying, these big drug lords, right? If that's what listen to me, if the war on drugs and y'all really don't want no drugs here and drugs that bad, why we ain't at war with Mexico? These motherfuckers jumping the fence, coming over here, coming over here, coming over here, coming over here. But you swear you don't like them though. You know, United States swear they want to build a, you know what I'm saying, and this, they don't like Mexicans and, you know, immigrants and all this. But y'all stay letting them come here. And when they come here, what do they come to? They don't go to the suburbs. They come straight to the ghetto. They come and they know this. So guess what come with them? The drugs and all the other stuff. But if you wanted to stop that, you would be over there with the military. You don't want to stop it. You don't want to. Why? Listen, dog, that makes this motherfucker go around. The United States is damn near built off of cocaine, heroin, illegal drugs. How do you think, listen, when you go to a neighborhood where you see $1 million houses, $500,000 to $5 million house, whatever. Look how many houses it is that's worth $10, $20 million in that neighborhood. Now, ask yourself, how many motherfuckers play for the Pistons, Lions, or what? You know what I'm saying? You think everybody is out here? Come on, man. Drug, you know this shit come from drug money in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Without drugs, you know how to violence. You know what a violence. Without the drugs, it stops the violence. You see what I'm saying? And then that stops everything. You know, all the doctors, lawyers, police officers, fight, all that shit will come to a halt. You wouldn't really need them as much now. So they know it's a big circle, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm rambling on, man, but yeah, this kind of got to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and I'm going to do more research on it, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to touch down on that, man. And I'm definitely praying for this little girl and her family. You know what I'm saying? Her mom, man, that gotta be some hurting shit. To know that she, you know what I'm saying? To know that she dated this guy and trusted him and brought her daughter into a lion's cage. That gotta eat her up mentally, because she was crying. Y'all gotta check it out. Her mother was like, damn, like basically, it's, you know what I'm saying? I did this to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. It's like, damn, you know? But stay prayed up, y'all. Trap Talk Blue.